Listen, I won't be long. It's not going to hurt you to give me at least 4 to 4.5 minutes of your time. I want to share this because it's very important, and it seems as though a lot of us are confused or just ignorant to how many of us are actually affected, well, have been affected, and is still affected to this date. So, what is childhood trauma? Childhood trauma is the serious adverse experiences a child encounters that can have lasting emotional, psychological, and physical effects. These experiences can be overwhelming and disrupt a child's sense of safety and security. So, here are some types of childhood trauma: physical abuse, intentional bodily injury, for example, slapping, pinching, choking, kicking, shoving, biting, and physical restraint. Emotional abuse. Emotional abuse, which can sometimes be called psychological abuse, is any type of abuse that involves the continual emotional mistreatment of a child. Emotional abuse can involve deliberately trying to scare, humiliate, isolate, or ignore a child. Sexual abuse. Sexual behavior or sexual act forced upon without their consent. Neglect. Failing to meet someone's basic needs, not providing food, shelter, clothing, supervision, or health care. Witnessing violence, domestic violence, or community violence. Natural disasters can cause trauma, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, and floods. Accidents, serious injuries, or life threatening events. Loss. This can be death of a loved one or separation from family. Now, let's talk a little bit about the impact of childhood trauma, okay? The effects of childhood trauma can be far reaching and complex. They can manifest in various ways, okay? Mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and substance abuse. Physical health problems such as chronic pain, heart disease, and weakened immune system. Relationship problems such as trust issues, communication difficulties, codependency, and difficulty maintaining healthy boundaries. Behavioral problems such as aggression, impulsive behavior, and difficulty with anger management. Learning and cognitive difficulties such as concentrating, memory problems, and learning difficulties. Now, on to understanding the underlying mechanisms of childhood trauma. Childhood trauma can disrupt the development of the brain, affecting areas responsible for emotion regulation, decision making, and memory. This can lead to difficulties in emotional regulation, such as struggling to manage strong emotions, self esteem, such as developing a negative self image, attachment, forming unhealthy relationships due to insecure attachment styles, coping mechanisms, relying on unhealthy coping strategies like substance abuse or avoidance. Okay, so now that I've shared some underlying mechanisms of childhood, I want to just kind of throw this in there just simply because it also plays a major part in childhood trauma. So, with no fingers pointed, I respectfully want to touch bases on absent parents, okay? So, can an absent parent cause childhood trauma? Yes, an absent parent can cause childhood trauma. An absent parent can indeed contribute to childhood trauma. While every child's experience is unique, the absence of a parent can significantly impact a child's emotional and psychological development. Here's why: feelings of abandonment. Children rely on parents for love, security, and support. An absent parent can lead to feelings of abandonment and rejection. Difficulty forming attachments. Lack of a consistent, nurturing parent child bond can make it challenging to form healthy attachments with others later on in life. Low self esteem. Children might internalize the absence of a parent as a personal failure, leading to low self esteem. Emotional instability. The inconsistency of a parent's presence can contribute to difficulties. in regulating emotions. Trust issues. Children may struggle to trust others due to the broken trust experience with the absent parent. It's important to note that the impact of an absent parent varies greatly depending on factors such as the child's age, the reason for the absence, and the support provided by the remaining parent or caregivers. With that being said, the present parent have to be just as active as they would want the absent parent to be. Okay? If you're dealing with the effects of an absent parent, seeking support from a therapist can be incredibly helpful. They can provide guidance, coping strategies, and help you process your experiences. Okay? So, with that being said, let's move on to healing and recovery because that's the major part of childhood trauma. So, it's important to remember that healing from childhood trauma is possible. Therapy, support groups, and self care practices can help individuals develop resilience and overcome the challenges they face. Okay? It's also important to note that not all children who experience traumatic events will develop long term problems. In fact, a lot of children who experience childhood trauma turn out to be successful. Resilience, support, and access to appropriate care can help individuals overcome trauma. So, I just wanted to kind of share a little with you guys about childhood trauma because I feel like a lot of our struggles today, especially as adults, play a major part in our childhood trauma. And to be honest, a lot of our children are dealing with childhood trauma. So, with that being said, I just wanted to share a little knowledge. You know me. So, until next time, keep it positive and keep it moving. Deuces. Now hold up now. You just wait 1 minute because I don't want no absent parents jumping down my neck. That's the reason why I said with no fingers pointed and respectfully. But all jokes aside, with that being said, I really don't think any of us have room to speak down on anyone. Well, I know I can't. But at the same time, facts is facts. What I'm about to share is real. I know it because I lived it, and because I lived it, I'm able to share it with you. So, can parents be there and still be absent? The answer to that is absolutely. A parent can be physically present but emotionally absent. This is often referred to as emotional neglect. Emotional neglect occurs when a parent fails to provide the emotional support, attention, and affection that a child needs for healthy development. While the parent may be physically present, they may be emotionally unavailable due to various reasons. Here are some of the reasons, such as mental health issues, depression, anxiety, or substance abuse, can interfere with parents' ability to connect emotionally with their child. Listen closely. Overwork or stress, excessive demands on a parent's time and energy can leave them emotionally drained. Personal conflicts, unresolved issues in a parent's own life can affect their ability to be present for their child. Lack of parenting skills. Some parents may simply not know how to provide the emotional support their child needs. Emotional neglect can have a profound impact on a child's emotional well being and development. It can lead to feelings of abandonment, loneliness, and low self esteem. If you're concerned about emotional neglect, it's important to seek help. There are resources available to support both parents and children who are experiencing these challenges. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Seek the help that you need. And you can do it. I did.